失うことによってしか得られないものがこの世にはたくさんある。
I came all the way from Poland to live in Japan. It was never part of my plan. Being one of just 1,500 Poles living here means I'm more rare than getting struck by lightning. Twice. So buckle up and listen carefully because I'm gonna tell you a story. How did it all begin? This is from Hamamura family?
Maybe another Hamamura family. Hamamura farm.
Hello, this is me, Malvina, and my husband Kazia. We are here, on the empty parking lot somewhere in the depths of where Japan began. This is where I live. According to the mythological Kojiki, the god Okoninushi ruled the land of Japan from Izumo before handing it over to descendants of the sun goddess Amaterasu, whose great-grandson became the first emperor of Japan, called Jimmu. In today's story, I'm going to take you with me to visit the waterfall. Let's find some beautiful Japanese nature. And not just an ordinary waterfall. Today we are going to Ryuzuteki Falls. Speaking of ancient powers, this land once echoed with tales of dragons. You think I'm crazy that I'm talking about dragons? Well, look up history of Izumo. The most famous story, Yamata no Orochi, 8-headed, 8-tailed serpent, so massive it sprawled across mountains and rivers. But this is certainly a story for another time. Today, I'm gonna tell you a story about two waterfalls. They say these waterfalls are more than just water. They are meeting of two dragons, one male and one female, flowing from different paths, yet drawn together by fate. Locals call them Dragon Head Falls, Ryuzu no Taki. In ancient times, another pair met across worlds. A mountain prince from Japan, Hori, and a sea goddess from afar, Toyota Mahime. She came from the ocean. She was a mermaid, I might say, just like me. He was born of this land, just like my husband. They fell in love, just like we did. Sometimes I wonder if I am the dragon of the sea, a creature from foreign waters, and he, the dragon of the mountain. And this waterfall is where our stories touch. Only 1,500 Poles live in all of Japan. I'm one of 1,500. The chance of meeting someone like me is 1 in 100,000. And yet, here I am, in the heart of Izumo, a place where myths are more real than history books. This is where Japan began, and maybe, in some strange way, where my new life begins too. And maybe the story wasn't just a legend. Maybe it's the beginning of another myth. Because I too came from the sea. Not from a dragon palace, but from a tiny island in Thailand. Barefoot, with a past full of questions and a suitcase full of grief. He was there, a man from the land I'd never dreamt I'd call home. Far away east, Japan. We met dancing, laughing, neither of us knowing how much we were about to change. Now, I live in this country, a world of new rules, new rhythms, new silences, where even the mountains speak differently and kindness wears a quieter face. I'm not always happy here, and it's not always easy. Sometimes I still feel like that sea creature, out of place, too loud, too raw, and too full of feeling. And I wonder, am I becoming that otherness the legends warned of? Or am I here to remember something? That when cultures collide, it's not a mistake. It's a calling, a sacred task to carry stories across borders, to show that we are not so different, to create a space where love doesn't need translation. So maybe this is where it begins. Not with a dragon, not with royalty, not with escaping through the sea back where I belong. Maybe this is where a story begins, with a Polish girl and a Japanese boy. Two people who crossed oceans and found each other. Maybe the legend never ended. Who knows? Maybe it just changed shape. And maybe I'm here telling it again, but this time a little bit different version. But what if the fairy tale doesn't end with happily ever after? What if when we finally see each other's true forms, the wilderness, the grief, the shadows, we turn away scared the love was just a disguise? Maybe I'll disappear back into the ocean. Maybe I'll leave behind a child, a new story, a new bridge. Someone who doesn't belong to either world, yet carries both in their blood. Maybe that's how nations are born, not from war, but from love that dared to cross borders. Let's not forget the war began in my homeland and ended in his. So perhaps I'm not just here for romance or reinvention. Maybe I'm here to carry a quiet purpose, to remind us what we lost, to hold space for what could be. But it's not clear yet. I'm still searching. I don't fully belong here. The food, the language, the rituals, they feel like a costume I haven't grown into. But still, I wait. By the waterfalls, in the silence, in the rice fields, listening. Maybe this story ends in heartbreak. Maybe in rebirth. Maybe it will be a tale told generations from now on, about a woman from the Eastern Europe and a man from the Far East who didn't fit into the world they came from. So they created their own. We don't know how this story will end yet. It's not mature enough in its form and shape. So I think that's it. There are many things in this world that can only be gained by losing something else.